got this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you. And there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we wanna do. Cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. Doesn't matter if we make mistakes, which I can promise that we'll do. Just hold my hand and we will be okay. Yeah, it's true. Cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Oh my gosh, guys, can you can you hear me now? Oh, let me tell you, even after all these months, I'm still not used to all of the buttons on the damn StreamYard. My gosh. Ugh, I'll get used to it someday. Well, I literally said hello to everyone. So I'll just say a big hello to everyone. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I think you're all used to my clumsy self by now. It's like, oh, we can't hear her. She hasn't hit the unmute button. There's got to be something going on. You know how it is. Yeah, but I also said, I'm sorry I wasn't really around yesterday, but there wasn't really a whole lot going on, and I did want to take a little bit of a break. Joan, did I just pull a Baron? Yes, I just pulled a Baron. No, I just pulled a Sussex squad podcaster. That's what it is. But yes, do if you look down below the video and you see that your subscribe button is red, please do hit that subscribe button so we can get to 8,000. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Chef Sandy Love. Highly appreciate it. Happy Tuesday to you. Alrighty then. So I don't really have a whole lot to say today. Just wanted to have a quick chat, and there's just a couple of updates. As usual, it's just all going down here on this island. My beloved island. It's crazy, but it's mine. What can I do? I have to love it still. Just the infighting continues. The briefing in the papers continues. Meanwhile, we are peaceful under a tree, as usual in Montecito. And oh, let's have to wait for my images to update. Thank Sylvia Dixon. Yes, hello to the whole Sussex Squad family. Oh, you love quick chats. Well, do you guys indulge mind like sometimes if I just come on and do a quick chat, even if it's not a full update? Because I do kind of like to keep a policy of if there isn't a whole lot going on, then it's just best for me not to do a video and then or not to do a live stream and then actually wait until there's a couple of things to say. So if you actually don't mind me just coming on and us having just random chats on slow news days, then do let me know. Thank you so much, B10 Pal. Highly appreciate it, darling. It's up to you all, really. I mean, I'm happy to take y'all's feedback. But let's just get into it today because I think my slides have. Oh, they are taking a little bit of a while to load. What's going on here? Let's see. Let's maybe try this instead. Make sure you go and check out if you haven't already. Facts and Two Cents had a really good live. Actually, they went into a little bit more detail than I did about the whole thing going on with the payment scandal. There was a lot more detail in their live stream than I had dipped into, so definitely go and check that out. But this is basically the picture right now. Over in Montecito, we're preparing for the Invictus Games, and over here, we're just pointing fingers at each other. And so it continues. Lita, sometimes the quicker hits the spot. Sometimes it does. And I'll start with the Invictus Games update. We have a new partner, Jaguar Land Rover. I'm very happy to see this because we actually drive a Jaguar Land Rover in our house. So they are now partnering with Invictus Games and continuing their support of Invictus Games, which stretches back to its inception in 2014. Stay tuned this month for updates throughout the games. So we've got Jaguar Land Rover, Boeing, and I'm sure there's more to come. So the biggest of the names continuing their support of Invictus. So that's great to see some great collaborations on Harry's side, and I'm sure many more to come. Thank you so much, Lottie Green, for the super sticker. Highly appreciated. B10 Power, I drive a Jaguar myself. Do you know what? Honestly, I feel like Jaguar is such an underrated car. B10 Power. Don't you agree? Everybody's all about the Mercedes, especially like if you come from. I don't know if there's any like other Africans here in the chat, but like me growing up as a kid, it's like that's all you ever heard the aunties and uncles talking about. They want them a Mercedes. I'm like, no, I've always liked a Jaguar. Um, Lydia, Dr. You were the one that taught me it's okay to catch replay and like later. I love all the chats, but when they overlap, I watch and focus on one and back to replay on the other. Oh, of course, Lydia. Listen, don't ever feel pressured to have to watch a live. I will not be offended, and I don't think any of the other Sussex Squad podcasters will be offended at all. Like we all have lives, and it's fabulous that we've got this community. But we all do still have lives. So by all means, if you never have time to watch live, watch the replay. And in fact, the great thing about watching the replay, even though you don't get to participate in the live chat, you can put the speed on ×2 and watch it back even faster. Thank you so much, Brenda Phillips, for the super sticker. Highly, sorry, yes, Brenda Phillips. I thought I said your name wrong there for a sec. Highly appreciated, darling. Thank you. Caesar Q, yes, the Invictus Games is getting huge. Getting huge. Yeah, Jaguar and Range Rover are closely associated with the Crown. Interesting. Well, they have been a partner for some time, so they're just, I guess, reiterating that they're going to continue to be a partner. But I can imagine they probably are a partner because they probably provide them the cars and security, right? Merlin King, I do replays most days. Work getting in the way. Yeah. Oh gosh. The trolls are coming in. Blocked. My point of view. Sometimes just musing with friends and family, we get gems. Indeed. Marsha, Eugenie should start packing up Frogmore Cottage and move the family to live in the US and hate them because that smoke is getting thick on her behind PG shenanigans. Yes, and they're all just coming for each other now, aren't they? It's really something to see because they're in this weird position where they all have to somehow they all have to save their behinds, but the only way they kind of see to save their behinds is to throw the other one under the bus. But as they're throwing the other one under the bus, they're also bringing down the institution. So basically, it's just one big house of cards that's about to fall down, and we don't have enough popcorn to keep us full. Thank you so much, Madison Bonaparte. Thank you, highly appreciated. And Elect Lady, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining our little family. Let's see what you're saying. Kate Castillo, Jaguar are beautiful cars. I had my eye on a baby blue one, but I was looking for a family car. Yeah, we stand Jaguar. Oh, thank you all so much for your generosity today. Highly appreciated. So that's that. Lilybet, our lovely Lilybet, turned 10 months, so she'll be a year old very soon. So we haven't seen Lilibet since the Christmas card, but I'm sure as and when Harry and Meghan feel comfortable to show her to us, they will. But just as long as the little one is happy and healthy, that's absolutely fine. Also, there was this somewhat interesting update, and by no means this book. I'm pretty sure Anne Boleyn or someone within the squad will do a breakdown of this book for us. But Rob Jobson, one of the royal rodents, has a book about William at 40. Now, bearing in mind, thank you so much, Dorothy Ross, for the super sticker. Highly appreciated. Bearing in mind, Rob Jobson is meant to be one of the mouthpieces, but I think even the mouthpieces are getting sick and tired now. The Blands left in the palace are not bringing in the money and the attention that they need. So the only thing that they can really turn to is scandal. And what's kind of catching people about this book is just the description. So it says William is one of the most famous faces destined one day to lead the ancient institution of the British monarchy. Notice he used the words ancient institution. That to me kind of reads a shade. Considering this is meant to be someone who's a spin doctor. It goes on to say, determined to do the right thing and serve his country, and as his grandmother, the Queen has done. William has created a public persona of loving husband to Catherine and devoted father to three. George, Charlotte, Louise, calm, balanced, and determined, he is perceived as passionate about the environment and the animal species that are facing extinction, and indeed the planet itself. I also find it interesting he uses the created a public persona. So not has been known to be, or is known to be, or is created a public persona. So suggesting that there are definitely two sides of William's character. He goes on to say he, along with his wife, have worked tirelessly to try and end the stigma of mental health. He ticks all the right boxes as the future king. Hardly. In private, however, this is where it gets interesting. Those close to him say William, while being a dedicated servant of the crown, can be offhand and volatile, defying his calm family guy demeanor. It is his chameleon-like characteristic that makes his father Charles tread carefully when dealing with his son and heir. So definitely suggesting some friction there going on. And we all remember how could we forget, because it's become almost a punchline. There was a particular era in the news and all of these headlines in the British press, William being incandescent with rage, boiling, fuming. So he definitely, there's definitely something there. I'm not going to outright say that this guy has, any type of anger. I would never suggest anything that I don't know. All I'm saying is that there is definitely something there. No smoke without fire. So it goes on to say there has been a complex relationship indeed. It was with Harry that Charles enjoyed a closer relationship before he bolted to America with new wife Meghan. William demands deference from those royally ranked below him, but in truth, when looking upwards, he rarely gives it. Rob Jobson's new biography provides a definitive account and insight into the life of the Duke of Cambridge as he approaches his milestone birthday. So it just kind of goes on that it's going to coincide with William's 40th birthday. And really, reflecting on 40 years, somebody that's meant to be the future king, and yet it's his brother, the spare, that has done more. I mean, that really goes without saying. It's Harry that's started Centre Barley, that started Invictus Games, that we now know it would appear was really the master that put together Heads Together, because we haven't really heard much about Heads Together since Harry left. So William at 40 is really not looking great in comparison to his younger brother. And I'm sorry, but the cover, that's shade, bro. That's shade. The cover is shade. Like, at least, remember when Roya Nika did her The Other Brother feature? Like, at least she gave him like a nice hat. Had him looking like an proper army sergeant. This cover is shade. Yes, Pendizzy, the ugly get uglier. Inside is spilling out, and that's exactly what it is. When you're ugly on the inside, it comes out on the outside. When you're beautiful on the inside, it comes out on the outside. Lilybell, the latest here in the UK, according to some royal insider, the royal family are desperate in need of the success. They claim they are the only ones who would be able to charm the Caribbean. Well, there was this cover story that came out the other day. Without royalty, we would be diminished, our stature reduced, patronized and diluted, but to survive, we need a modern monarchy. Okay, so first and foremost, without royalty, we would be diminished. Absolutely not. And I say this all the time. Britain is 65 plus million people strong with a very long history. And actually, I think some of that history gets forgotten because kind of the royals, the Windsors have been put so much at the center of British culture. Like, excuse me, we have some of the most, if you read into British working class history, the history of working class movements in this country, it's fascinating. We are so much more than this unroyal mafia. Um, and also this idea of patronism being diluted. Absolutely not. I'm proudly British all day, every single day. I don't need the royal family to feel like that. And as far as needing a modern monarchy, well, the way in which Meghan and Harry were attacked tells me that there's an awful lot of people that actually don't want a modern monarchy. Um, in private, he's incandescent with rage. Joan Garcia, I wonder who will read his book. British folks? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who would be the audience for this, because I think even the most devout royalists still really only count Charles. I don't know if they've really moved on to um William yet. Mm. Yeah, CL. It's like the biographer is leaving some foreshadowing for when it goes off the rails, and that's very much how I read it when I first read it, and I think how a lot of other people read it too. Yes, Rachel, what have they done for mental health? And the one initiative fell by the wayside when Harry left. Alicia, 40 years of what? Yeah, 40 years of what indeed. Lydia, I would not spend £1 on that. um, I'm sure it will be in charity stores very soon, and then you can spend 90p on it instead. Yes, J Prince, it's definitely shade, a little bit of shade. CL, why does the cover have him squinting into the sun? I have no idea. No idea. That was literally one of the worst cover pictures to choose. Even the whole so you guys know I'm an author, right? So I design the covers for my books. I would never use that type of like the way the font is, the way it's set. It's just a really badly done cover. Anyway, let's look at nice pictures of Megan in her socialite days while I go through your comments. Dorothy Ross, I looked at a podcast from Megan's half sister today. She has a podcast. Oh gosh. She accused H&M of causing Prince Philip to die earlier than he should have. Oh gosh. I mean, anything and everything to get attention. That's why I just honestly, guys and dolls, just don't listen to those podcasts. Don't watch those YouTube channels. They're just not worth it. They're really not worth it. They've got enough haters watching them. They don't need Harry and Meghan fans watching them also. Yes, Rosalind, 40 years of temper tantrums, arrogance, and ignorance. Happy birthday to William, indeed. Just a difference in how William and Harry turned out. It's just like, wow. And it's truly him, William at 40. uh, um, yeah, the description of William by Dobson is horrible. I think he knows, the whole establishment knows, um, that something deep is coming, something big is coming, and they're kind of just it's like they're kind of dropping clues so that I think when it does happen, they can be like, oh, well, we did kind of say this. We didn't completely ignore the matter, even though they're not outright really saying what's going on. But they know. Joyce, Harry's done so much before, and even more since he has left. Harry is probably worth more than William at this point. William has to wait until Charles becomes king to get the Prince of Wales money. Yeah, and from what I read, it would be something like 20 million a year or something. Just an outrageous amount of money for doing what exactly? Mandy. So you had pictures of the ghosts of Christmas past for 40th birthday. Now we have a book about the other 40th birthday. They are so wanting the public adoration, but have absolutely no charisma. No charisma and nothing to actually offer the British public. The British public who are currently going through this. What do you call a country where the government is bringing in extreme powers for police, massively increasing surveillance of social media, and selling of the key crucial broadcaster to private hands of their choice? What do you call that country? It's called the UK. There is a situation going on right now where Channel 4, which is one of the big um, channels here in the UK, is being privatized. Now, personally, I really don't watch TV and haven't done for a whole damn decade, so I can't say that I'm I'm incredibly bothered by this, but I can totally understand why some people are. Because it was owned by the government and got funding mostly from advertising. Lydia, Prince William was handsome in his youth, but not so much now. His inner evil spilled out. Indeed, he was gorgeous in his youth. Like, let me just be real. I fancied William at one point. He had Diana's beautiful ashy blonde hair. He had rosy cheeks. You could see the glistening in his blue eyes, and that beautiful sparkle has now completely and utterly gone. It's just completely and utterly gone. But that's what evil will do to you. Yes, yeah, modern monarchy is an oxymoron. And I think even for the other royal families um, around the world and on mainland Europe, I think they've realized that it's just best really to kind of be like decorations in the background and not be too much in everyone's face. And they started doing a lot of social activism, I think, a lot earlier than what the Windsors attempted to do. And they've been a lot more forward about it. Felicia, I have a feeling that Goldilocks will gatecrash Harry's Invictus game to score a point. He's now angry and thirsty, giving their "Let's Make Colonialism Great Again" tour when. Um, do you think he'll crash Invictus? Hmm. Or what? Try and say that he was invited. The thing is, if they were to go to Invictus, that would be a whole security detail. Like, I don't think that Harry wouldn't find out. Interesting theory. Okay, keep that on your bingo card, Felicia, and we'll see. Hi, Margaret. I hope your physio went well. Bonnie, you wouldn't want the book for free. No, neither would I. I'm sure someone will read it. And yeah, we do still have Harry's book coming up sometime this year. Lord, I'll be at the bookstore first thing in the morning. You know, when I went to get the bench, um, they had it. So I think I went the day before to put it on reserve. Um, and the woman was like, "Yeah, we do have it, but it's on an embargo, so we definitely like we're not allowed to open it at all." So they were being very very strict about it. And then the next day I went to get it, and then I got it. Miss P talks. If Diana was here, she would be so mad about her boys not getting on. Yeah. But I think I still think she would. Um, I wouldn't say side with Harry, but I think she'd be very disappointed with William. Mm. Oh, some of you are saying no sound. Okay, kind of assuming some of you can kind of hear me now. Maybe I had a few cutouts. Yeah, I'm still working on trying to get perfect internet. I do have an adapter, but I have to run like several tests on it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll do the best we can for now. Mm. Lottie G, that's why I still watch Suits because I love to watch Megan in action. Yeah, I need to get around to watching Suits at some point. Is it on Netflix? Is Suits on Netflix? I'll definitely watch it and do some like reviews. JK, I have not had a telly in 7 years. Good for you. I do not like that glowy box. I'm thinking of getting one now just for streaming Netflix. Yeah. And to be honest with you, even with Netflix, I'm still very picky about what I watch. I'm just very picky about what media I choose to consume and my information diet. But good for you. I mean, there is some good stuff on Netflix. Thumbs up if you watch Squid Game. CL William got his mother's shyness, which was cute when he was young. Unfortunately, he also got his father's arrogance, which is a bad combo. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap up with some of your comments, and then we'll call it a day. So thank you everyone for coming, and if you still haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. You can get to 8,000. Still on. See, it's still on 7. At, um, we're almost at 8,000 subscribers. I swear, I'm so sure that there are some derangers who are subscribed. So the moment I said there's 8,000 subscribers, I lost like 3 subscribers. That's how you know that there are definitely some derangers. So it keeps on like going from like 7,999 and then it goes down and then it goes up again. So please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, so we can get to that 8,000. Let's get it to like 8,002 and then I'll call it. But thank you everyone so much for your generosity today and jumping in for the quick chat. Um, Bonnie Diana might have straightened out William. It's a shame. Maybe. I guess we'll never really know. That's a shame of it. Oh, Suits is on Amazon. Okay, I'll check it out on Amazon. Ethany, I don't think Diana would be surprised. She knew what was ahead of Willie, hence trying to expose them to the real world. Yeah, she tried her best. What can we do? We can only scream at William through Twitter and hope he listens one day. You never know. You know, people can be very dastardly in their middle age, and then life really hits them, and then it humbles them. So who knows? Maybe in 30, 40 years, William and Harry will be cracking a beer. You never really know. You never really know. My honest hope is that one day William and Catherine will come clean. They will confess their sins. They will try to make up for what they did. They will apologize to Meghan, and quite frankly, apologize to everyone who had to witness what happened to Meghan, and spend the rest of their lives trying to make amends for it and holding themselves accountable for it. I really do hope that for them, because at the end of the day, they're family, and but at this moment in time, they're just not acting like family. So we can only hope, you know, regardless of anything. I always hope the best for people. I always hope that people see the light. But for as long as they're being foolish, I'm gonna call it out. Stephanie, honestly, I'm not convinced that William would be a different person if Diana was still around. Sadly, we'll just never know. Teresa Weisman, thank you for joining us. Of course, the Unroyals will attempt to crash Interlude and claim some level of ownership over the Invictus games. I mean, I guess they'll be desperate to get whatever attention they can. So let's just wait and see what happens. Thank you so much, Lucy Wynn. Oh, Lucy Wynn, you are just amazing. Every single podcast, honestly. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Hello, Connie. We're just wrapping up, but thanks for joining. Josephine, there would be no Oprah interview if it were not for the criminal acts of the British royal family was inflicted onto the Sussex vile pig on Salty Island. Well, I still believe that there are parts of that Oprah interview that haven't been made public because they're an insurance policy. Because we know that there were 3 hours, and there's at least 1 hour that we haven't seen. And I'm convinced that there were things that were said in that extra hour that are just there for an insurance policy. I'll just say that much. Don't want to get too much into conspiracy. Mina, does anyone know when the book is coming out? Well, they said fall, so I'm assuming autumn, winter. Probably good to coincide with the holiday season. Boost the sales. Joy, so much has been done behind those palace doors. I know Megan won't trust them ever again. It nearly killed her. Yeah, I mean, how can you honestly trust? Nearly killed her. Nearly killed her baby. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know what's in Megan's heart. Maybe she is that type of person to eventually forgive. I don't know. Marsha, Willie will never apologize. I see Kate doing it after she's replaced by Rose. Yeah, I feel like Kate really has to be humbled before she ever admits that she had to play. And even if she ever does, I don't see her having the backbone that Diana did to really out these people, especially because she was so complicit in so much of it. Yes, Barbara, very much looking for Invictus games to start. But why start? I hope for the best as well, but when someone tells you who you are, believe them. Amen. No way. Is Chris Poo Poo, is he in The Hague? Christ. But we did this, didn't we? We did say that they were gonna be desperate. They were gonna be absolutely desperate. Juliet, where do we watch Invictus games from? I'm going to find out for you. I'm going to find out and let you know before it starts. I can imagine that maybe here in the UK, it might be on BBC, because even when you type in like Invictus Games where to watch, the first thing that comes up is Invictus Games BBC One. But I'll try and get a full country list for everyone so we can find out where to watch. They might even do some like streaming on their YouTube channel if they have one. Beaton Pal, thank you for doing this podcast. I love Cookie Pods because I like to snatch time during my workday to log in. Spending more than 30 minutes is tough for me today due to my job for sure. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I think it's nice to have like the shorter chats just to catch up with everyone, especially if there's not a whole lot happening. But thank you very much for stopping by, Beaton Pal. Cookies and Cream, the Honour family are only hurting themselves by constantly going after the Sussexes. They've lost a lot of respectability around the world because of their racist, hypocritical, and barbaric behaviour. that indeed. Yeah, if there was any goodness in the beginning, we wouldn't be having this discussion on the podcast. JK, when you go to purchase merchandise for the Invictus Games, I'm getting different sites coming up selling. There is The Hague, but also a UK site. Is the latter legitimate? I don't know, but I will look into it and try and find an answer for you next podcast. Thank you for mentioning that, JK. All right, I'm going to give someone the last comment of the day, and then we will sign out. Joan Garcia, Duchess, it's nice of you to wish for the best, but look at the royal family's history. They never act any better. That is true. That is true. Teresa, the royal family won't begin to apologize until Will and Kate have to deal with teenage George and Charlotte. Yeah. One thing we know about royals, when they get into those teenage years, that is when the press really starts to go after them. Especially, I do actually think that they will probably go for Charlotte and Louis in order to kind of shield George. I mean, it's the same thing that they've always done, right? You use the spares to protect the heir. So it's nothing new. You can predict it even before it happens. That's just the way the British press is. Dorothy, what can we buy an Invictus t-shirt? I will look into that. I'll look into that. Okay, Rosa Roberts, I'm going to give you the last word of the day. Everyone have a fabulous day. And yes, just for Sandy, we did hit 8,000. So thank you everyone that went and hit that subscribe button. Have a wonderful day. Yes, Marsha, love, happiness, and let's dance our way out. See you tomorrow, everyone.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I can make you whole. I just can't change my emotions.